Hello, my friends. I have a quick routine for you today that's going to stretch out and release the pelvic floor and hips. So let's get to it right now. Now, we are going to actually begin. One of the best ways to release the muscles is to actually activate them first. So we're going to begin with some gentle hip and pelvic floor and core activation moves. So I want you to find this nice tabletop position. Lift your belly button toward your spine, strong through the arms, and lift and lower your leg behind you. So this is my right leg, lifting and lowering. Arms are nice and straight. Take it slow, but feel your butt cheek activate. Turn on those muscles. Let's just do one more. Hold it up, and now press it down and just come into a nice gentle calf stretch. Just rocking back and forth a couple of times. You can release your belly, let it go, and then bring that right leg back across your body and look to your left. So it's all the way across my body to the left, and I'm just looking over, feeling that right outer hip stretch and release. All right, bring that leg back up carefully, slowly, and again, strong and active through the core. Feel everything turned on and strong, and we're gonna bring the knee toward the shoulder. Bring it up. Ooh, that's a lot. And then stretch it back. 2 more times. Bring it up. Breathe here. Feel your core muscles turned on and active. And then on this last one, hold it. And then carefully set the leg down. And come on, lower down slowly into half frog. So, half frog pose. The knee is out to the side. The shin is parallel with the side of the mat. And you're just relaxing. After that activation, I want you to totally let your muscles go. We're going to be here for about 5 to 7 breaths. I want you to just breathe down into your pelvic floor, breathe down into your hips. Totally release. Two more nice, slow, deep, deep, deep breaths. Breathing and just sinking into the mat. Feeling your pelvic floor release, relax, and soften. Last deep breath. And now carefully roll onto your left side, so that right leg that was in frog, half frog, you're going to bring it up and bring your arm behind. So you're fish hooking the arm around that leg. Bottom knee is bent. And I want you to just bring that knee toward your ear or toward your shoulder, however you want to think about it. And just hold it here, opening up the inner thigh, opening up the pelvic floor, opening up the hip, and maybe rock it back and forth a couple of times. You can even circle it around using your arm to kind of guide your leg. Whatever feels good to you. This is just about mobilizing the hip joint. One more time, maybe circling it around. And then come onto your belly again, and we're going to do a couple of baby cobras. So come on down. Your hands are by your chest. Straighten your legs out behind you and just come up just a little bit. Inhale and exhale. Again, inhaling and exhale. One more time. Inhale and exhale. And this time, tuck your toes. Inhale, come up and press back onto your hands and knees again. So same thing, other side. Now stretch your left leg back behind you. Activate your core and lift and lower. Try to keep your spine long. You don't want to arch your back here. So just keep your spine nice and long. Feeling your butt cheek activate. Last time, lift and lower. Now lift and then press your back into your heel and kind of stretch out that calf, just rocking your body a little bit. And now lift that leg and bring it across your body to the right and just look over your right shoulder. So you're feeling a stretch in the left outer hip. Breathing into this. Feel free to move in any way that feels good. And now carefully, slowly bring the leg back up. Reactivate your core. Strong through the core. We bring the left knee toward the left shoulder. Hold it and then extend back. Still strong through the core. Left knee to left shoulder. Exhaling. Do not hold your breath. Breathe steadily. Strong core, activating so then we can relax. So now we bring the knee down and we relax into our half frog. So the knee is out to the side and the shin is parallel with the side edge of the yoga mat. And just sink into this position. 5 to 7 slow, deep breaths, relaxing and sinking down into the mat, softening the pelvic floor. Slow that breathing down. We're just going to take 2 more slow breaths. Lengthen your exhalation. One more slow, deep breath. Big inhale down into your pelvic floor. And then exhale, lengthen that exhalation. Slow. Now we're going to roll onto our right side. So the left leg that was in half frog, you're going to fish hook around it, holding on from behind, and just bring that knee toward your left ear or your left shoulder, however you want to think about it. Bottom knee can be bent for stability, and just hold this. You can rock the leg side to side a little bit if that feels good to you, or maybe even circle it around. Just think about opening up the hip, opening up the pelvic floor, stretching out the inner thighs and mobilizing the hip joint. Breathing deeply. And come on back down onto your belly. One more time, this time Sphinx Pose. So you're gonna lengthen out one leg behind you at a time. And then make sure your forearms are parallel like railroad tracks, side by side, shoulders down away from your ears, and just hold this nice position here, stretching out the abdominal area, stretching out the hip flexors. Again, keeping the shoulders down away from the ears and just looking straight ahead. Just breathe into this very regal position, Sphinx Pose, for another couple of breaths. So often our belly muscles are tight along with our pelvic floor, so it's good to stretch them out. Now come on down carefully, bring the hands back by your chest, tuck your toes, and press back onto your hands and knees. Now from this hands and knees position, walk your arms forward into puppy pose. So your hands come forward, and if you need to pad yourself up with pillows, that's fine, you can do that. Otherwise, come all the way down into the full pose. It's a shoulder stretch too. Now, in this position, we're actually going to stretch to the side. So walk your hands to the left, but keep your hips right where they are. So don't let your hips jut out to the right. Keep your hips pointing straight back, your sitting bones, as you walk your hands over to the left. So it's a puppy pose with a side stretch in your upper body. And just take a couple of deep breaths into the ribs, and also feel those sitting bones releasing apart, shining toward the back of the room. And then walk your hands through the middle. Hang out here for just a breath. Your hips are right over your knees. And then walk your hands over to the right. So again, keeping your hips in the same place, but now you're feeling a left side body stretch. Breathing deeply into your side ribs, breathing into your pelvic floor. Another deep breath. And then walk your hands back to the middle. Just hang out here for a moment, stretching those sitting bones apart, wiggling your hips side to side because it feels so good. And then come up onto your hands again and cross your feet at the ankles. Come into butterfly pose. So your feet are going to be forward, feet together. See if you can bring them a little bit closer in. And maybe hands behind you, sitting up really tall. Don't round your back. We want to be lifted and tall. And just flap your butterfly wings. Flap, flap, flap. Roll your shoulders up, back, and down. Flap, flap, flap. And let's inhale here, hands toward your ankles. Inhale. If you want more, see if you can fold forward, hinging at your hips. Try not to round your back. So just hang out here for a couple of deep breaths. Let your head be nice and soft. Jaw muscles are soft. Totally relaxed, totally released. Stretching out the inner thighs and pelvic floor. And now sit tall, and we're going to roll back. Let's come down through our side. That's a little safer. Come down through your side, onto your back, and we're gonna end with one of my favorites, frog stretch. So you just hold on through the inside of your leg to your ankle on one side and then the other, and just let your knees flop apart. Now, if you don't like this, if it's too much, then you can also hold on behind your thighs. That can feel good for some people, or even hold on around your shins. I like to personally go into this frog stretch is what I call it. So give it a try. If you want to cover yourself up with a blanket, if that feels more comfortable for you, go ahead. If you need a small pillow for under your head, you can grab that. But you do want your head to be on the ground. Sometimes if people's necks are really tight, their head could be lifted up off the ground. I want it to be resting on something, ultimately the ground. But if you need a pillow, go for it. We're just going to end in this position here. So please stay as long as you can. I'm going to sit up right now, but I want you to stay right there just for another moment or two, just another breath or two. You stay in that position. I'm going to come up just to say that if you want an alternative routine that's also about 10 to 12 minutes, I have one that is a standing stretching routine, standing pelvic floor release, that I will put in the video notes. So that's a really nice alternative if you're just going about your day and you need some standing moves that you can do. But hopefully you enjoyed this quick routine on the floor, and I hope you feel better. So please do check the video notes for more ways we can work together and more video resources. And until next time, remember to eat clean, move every day, and you will shine brighter. I will see you next time.